What's up, y'all? Hope y'all doing well. We got a new Sparkserver with so many changes and some new cars added. First car, we got the EK9 Civic Type R. Man, what a classic. This thing looks so neat. We got the new boy in town, the FL5. It looks pretty interesting, this yellow. I've only ever seen them in real life in white. We got the 300 SRT8. I had this car in the crew. Pretty mad car. Cool that's here. The car that I'm looking forward to, the E55 AMG. It just looks so nice. We got this beige M5, which I thought was already in Spark. Yeah, I really don't care too much about this car. In fact, I was not interested in this car whatsoever. Almost like its color. Beige. It's kind of bland for my liking. Shout out to Payback, where you get to drive this car for a little bit, and then Tyler's house goes boom. So I got the E55, and wow, there is a wide body. Now that's something you do not see at all. And now we got some more sensible kits for this thing, where it's more realistic. Is this a chrome delete? I think I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with the chrome delete. And you can take off the badge, which I don't know why anyone would do that, because this thing is such a classic. Look at that engine. Look at that engine. Listen to that engine. Wow. It's nice and mean. Let's get this thing into a race. So we are on Main Street. Now, a track I haven't done in forever. Just like how it's been a while since I played on Spark, as well as probably years since I did a lower class race on Spark itself. Let's see if the AI cheeses like they used to. I gotta say, this E55, it is a very nice cruiser. Now, compared to WUG, FRSS does have different handling characteristics. Let's see how this thing takes the jump. Oh, that is planted. That is pretty planted. That's as planted as you can get. Now I do have this car on stage 1 lowering, which can affect that. However, it took that bump pretty well. It's just so cool seeing a car like this. Now, I saw an E-Class of this generation a couple days ago at the gas station. That thing was neglected. When I saw that thing, I was thinking, wow. I remember when I was younger, and I used to see some fancy houses here and there with this car right outside the gate. And I was like, dang. Whoever owns this is a baller. And I think, that's why I think of this car. A baller car. And it's certainly pretty nice to drive. Definitely recommend it. Crushed Lily in their B-Class TTRS. What in the Mantis is this? Oh, it's a vapor body kit. So, it makes sense the Civic is going to have a little more outlandish body kits because it's JDM. However, the Civic does come with a lot of body kits to the point that you can just pick most of them and find a style. Even that wild kit in the beginning, you can definitely make something pretty fire out of it. I really like the kits. Really appreciate the devs for putting in all this work. It really fits. There's really no bad body kit per se, unless you're just not a fan of wide bodies, for example, or subtle kits. But every kit I'm looking at, I can see a way on how it works. Now for me, I'm more of a subtle guy, so I'm gonna just go with the one with the carbon lip and call it a day. However, if I was into making liveries, these different style body kits could really help that stand out. Now we got some interesting hood options. That's pretty nice. Now I kept this thing at D class which is very strange because this is FRSS, man. It's all about speed. And I keep calling it FRSS, but it's actually just Sparkserver now. Sparkserver is all about the spark. That's why there's a lightning symbol in its name. I just made that up right there. But FRSS Sparkserver does have some very fast cars. So driving something that's on the slower end, it still keeps a lot of the characteristics as those A-Class, S-Class cars in terms of it being exhilarating. Because even though this is a D-Class car, I'm really enjoying myself with this Honda. This Honda is quick and nippy, and this track is actually good for that because since there's not much straight line speed, you always got all these turns, which is something that this car for sure excels at. It has a little more turning radius than the C-Class E55 I had, with less power. I mean, that makes sense. This is like a go-kart. Merc is more like a highway cruiser sort of thing. Although not a boat like this 300. However, the Civic is a go-kart. Definitely gotta check out some of the retunes the team has done. We'll make a video on that eventually in the future. For anyone who celebrates Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm uploading this video a little later because I had so much going on. And in terms of the 2 videos a week sort of thing that I was doing, yeah, I'm gonna stick to 1 because when I make 2 videos, it kind of feels tense, where I'm kind of thinking, oh, I've got to make a video for something else, so that second video will come here and there. However, just expect the world every week. Anyways, y'all, thanks for watching. Enjoy the update. Peace.